Star Wars 7x7 episode 2492. Today, another trip down memory lane, going all the way back to Celebration Anaheim in April of 2015. This time for a conversation with Sarah Woloski of Skywalking through Neverland. Punch it. Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod, and this is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy, and thank you so much for joining me for it. So, as I've explained in previous episodes, and I'll keep this brief because of it, I'm taking a trip down memory lane in these episodes because it is 2 years since the last celebration in Chicago, and 6 years since the first post-Disney acquisition celebration. That was in Anaheim in 2015, and it being the nearly 7th anniversary of Star Wars 7x7, well, yeah, I've been feeling a bit nostalgic. So I've been going back in this particular case over the last few episodes to look at some of the very early interviews I did, and the one I'm sharing with you today is Sarah Woloski, who is one half of the pair of hosts of Skywalking through Neverland. She hosts it with her husband Richard, and in addition to asking the why Star Wars question, the conversation continues to actually talk about how they met. And as I recall, this interview took place outside of the podcast stage, which was actually just a couple of conference rooms that had been, opened up to, allow for the space to happen at the Anaheim Convention Center. And of all of the podcasts that I checked out on the quote-unquote podcast stage, the Skywalking through Neverland one was the most jam-packed. Like, people were just so alive and incredible, and you can probably get an idea of why from this interview as well, just when Sarah talks about how they have focused on their fans. And so, without further ado, here is Sarah Woloski from April of 2015 answering the question, why Star Wars, and a little bit more.
I love Star Wars because the music is what drew me to it. So I'm going to say I love, John Williams was my first love, and through that is how I found Star Wars. So
did it lay dormant in you until you decided to start Skywalking through Neverland, or how you carried it through, or how did it become the genesis then, or did it play in the genesis of the podcast?
Oh, okay, yes. So that's there's kind of a long answer to that, but I'll make it a little short. When I grew up in an era, I was born in 81, so I kind of grew into Star Wars in the dark times when no one knew them, and I saw them on VHS and when I was about 10, and that's when I loved Star Wars. And then back in college, I was with a bunch of friends who loved Disney, so I would go to Disney a lot, and my Star Wars fandom went in the back burner because I didn't really have any friends that I was hanging around with regularly who really loved it. But then when I met my now husband Richard, we actually met at a Halloween swing dance, and he was dressed as Anakin Skywalker. This was in 2005, and so through that, I actually went up to him and said, "Can I dance with the Jedi?" And so through that, we got together. We were pretty much, after that dance, it was like, okay, yay, we're together. And so he has always been a Star Wars fanboy, saw it when he was 8 in 77, and he brought out, again, that love of Star Wars in me, which I had. It was just laying dormant. He awakened the Force in me, if you would, and then I had all this fun Disney love, so through the two kind of melded with both of us, and we decided to start a podcast because we had a fan film that we had created and no outlet to get it out there.
Okay.
So that's why our particular podcast, Skywalking through Neverland, is very fan-focused. Like, people will come to us, hey, we're doing a fan film, hey, we're doing a Kickstarter, hey, we're whatever, and we'll, try to promote them. If we can't get them on our show, we'll at least promote them on our Facebook page or Twitter, so anything we can do to help fans helping fans, it's what we love to do.
And there you go. That is my conversation with Sarah Woloski from Star Wars Celebration Anaheim in 2015, and that is going to do it for this episode of the show as well. It just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for it, as always, and may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.
7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars-related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyright 2021 by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.